Hey everybody, it is Billy at BTUFF, man. We are here. Man, I had a buzzkill this weekend. I was out and we were pulling up the ramp and I forgot to lock one of the boards down and I got one of these. Boom, dude. I got that. We got some scuffs down here and we have some stuff along here. And so what we're gonna do today is we're gonna repair this board. I also fell on the fin. The fin kind of saved the back end a little bit. But we are going to, I love this board and a lot of the people that come with us, we put them on this board. So I need to fix it. We got to fix it. And let's see, we're going to find out. Let me just show you the damage real quick. So of course we have this, right? It's cracked on the top. And like I said, all the rail stuff, there's a good scuff right here. So we're going to find out, can we make this look like new again? And one more thing too, is that this is all coming apart. So we'll put some glue on that. And we're gonna see if we can make this Ronix blender look like new again. I don't know, we're gonna see. I've done some repairs on these before and they worked out good. So let's get to it. Let's repair our damaged wake surfboard.
Would you give me all you got to give back? Would you break my fall? Cause you got me tripping, laces, going places, seeing faces, doing things I never do at all. Till I do to break my fall.
The one thing that is nice about this Ronix line, and they don't really do this anymore, is that the edge of the boards were done in like a matte. And that's gonna help us when we touch it up to make it look, it'll be hard to tell like what's been repaired, I think, when we're done. But this matte edging on this board, and yours may, if you have to do repair, you know, you may have something a little bit more tricky, but you're not going to find a resin that's going to match it perfect. So we're not going to worry about that. We're going to definitely go over it and paint it. You know, the goal to any wake surf or wakeboard repair is to keep the repair as small as you can. One of the biggest mistakes that people do is they take a small problem and make it a big problem. But we don't want to do that. We're definitely into this corner here, so we're going to have to be careful with that. But we don't want to like get into this area at all, right? So we want to keep it localized, keep it as small as we can, and try to shape everything back. So we're going to be using Solarez. Solarez or Solarez? I don't know. But I like this stuff because you don't need to mix anything. It comes in a tube, you can get anywhere. I think it dries like an amber clear or something, but it's really easy to use. You can put it on, and as soon as the sun hits it, it starts to cure it fairly fast. And yeah, it's pretty cheap too. I got just a piece of clear plastic here. I used to kind of smooth things around, and then we have some fine sandpaper. I think that's 1500. Man, my fingers are already sticky. So yeah, let's get to it. Let's knock some of this. There's some chipping here that we see like that right there. I didn't even do that much to it, but you can't have that on there. That's all got to go. So we're going to have to try to take out as much of the areas out that are damaged like that. We want to get all those off there. Just, you know, you don't want to take too much off, but you don't want to, because you can keep peeling it off. It'll probably keep peeling out. So we don't want to go too far, but we just want to get the stuff that's hanging off. We want to get that out of there. I think we got most of it, but we'll kind of chase it a little bit. We have our resin on there now, and the way I was gonna try to do it, but I couldn't do it one-handed. The way I do it is just go like this. I just go pop, 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 pop. I kind of blot it, right? And then you don't, like I said, you don't want to get too much. See there? You just want to get it over everything. Don't get crazy with it, because the more you put on, the more you got to sand off, right? So we don't want to do that. And when you put this stuff on, you have to be, they say it has to be in diffused light. If you do this out in the sun, it'll gonna be a mess. Because as soon as I go put this thing in the sunlight, it's gonna immediately start to cure. And it cures pretty fast. So I'm gonna let it set for probably about a half hour to 45 minutes in direct sunlight. I think if it's hotter outside, I think it's probably, you know, even faster. But we're gonna let this set up, and then we'll come back. And I think I'm gonna get a little bit more. I had 1500, which I'm gonna use to finish it, but I think I might get something a little bit more coarse. So let's let that dry up. Let's put it in the sun and let the sun take over. All right, so I went down and I got some sandpaper. I'm gonna start, I got different grades, 180 through 400, and the end one is a 1500. And I'm just gonna take a piece off like so. Just gonna take a little piece. Now, one of the things that people do when they do repairs on surfboards or whatever is they start, like, they get crazy with it. And I'm always a fan of, you know, just going slow. So I'm gonna start with the, oh, actually, you know what? Oh yeah, I got the 180 here, yeah, we're right. But I'm always a fan of starting slow, because what you don't wanna do is go too far into it. Just kind of work it, you know. Don't get crazy with it. Like I said, our ultimate goal is to be as small as possible, this whole repair. So we're gonna be careful here, especially right here, because you don't wanna go too much. And like I said, this is like earlier we talked about, right? If you put a ton of this stuff on, then you're gonna have to do a lot more sanding, but it sands off pretty easy. It feels a little sticky when you first start, but you know, once you get going, it works out pretty good. Just take time to stop. Now, we're not trying to get the finish with the 180, so we just want to get it closer, right? So I'm not going to have hardly any pressure on it at all. Hardly anything. All I'm doing is like, I'm not even, I mean, you can't even, I'm just scuffing it barely. And that's pretty smooth. A little bit raised right here. A lot of it's by feel. Okay. A little bit right here. It almost feels perfect. That's all I feel. I'm polishing it. It just kind of feels, you can kind of see now, right? Like here was the resin we put in. A little bit of a bump here, but it's not that big a deal. Okay, so now the board is completely repaired as far as the structure. Cracks are all gone. That's a clean fix right there. It may not look like it yet, but it will when I get done with it. And yeah, there's some other edges over here that got scraped up a little bit. One thing I did pick up, I did chinger this up a little bit, and I probably could sand that, and I probably will. But I went down to Gailey's Marine down here and picked up a new Ronix floating fin. Not that it matters, and we'll replace that out so it looks legit. It looks nice anyway, right? So we'll swap those out. I'll probably still clean that up and put it in as a spare. But now we're ready for the masking and painting, and then I think we're done, man. Let's check it out. Okay, we got our blue tape and we're gonna get going. That's what's nice about this design, is that it is very easy to mask and it's very easy to do good. So put that right on that black edge, right? Like that, right? Just kind of go here. Okay, we're all glued up here. I got that tape for right now. We're all masked up on this thing. And I think it's getting kind of dark now. I think I'm gonna wait till tomorrow during the daylight so we can really make sure this is all nice and I'll be able to see it all really good. It'll dry real fast. And we'll get to it. Here's a final look before we spray it. Looks pretty clean. And you can run your finger over it and you can't tell. So here's the final look. You should be able to run your finger on this with your eyes closed and not be able to tell where the fix is. And that's how you know that you got it right. So we're ready to spray. I'm going to use a basic, on this one, I use like a satin or a flat enamel. That's kind of like what the board is. It looks a little bit more polished, and that's just because people's hands are on it, you know, and stuff. But this one has a flat enamel, and yeah, we'll put that on there, and it should look like after, you know, we take it out one time, you'll never know that this ever happened. So I like to have the thing back a little bit more, just so it kind of dries before it hits. And you know, if you don't want to get too close because it's kind of a smooth surface, so it will. And so I just kind of hit it and let like the mist kind of take it. And right now it'll dry. We'll come back and we'll check it out.
Would you give me all you got to give back? Would you break my fall? Cause you got me tripping, laces, going places, seeing faces, doing things I
Well, there you have it. There is repairing your wake surfboard. Pretty excited. I was really bummed out that day, but don't get bummed out because you can fix your own stuff. It doesn't cost a lot of money. It's not rocket science. As you can see here, you can't tell. If I handed this board to somebody, they wouldn't be able to tell where it got hit, where it got smashed. So I'm really excited about that. Also, replaced the fin. It looks good, probably looks better than it did before. This is their new floating fin, by the way. And so it actually looks a little aesthetically better on the board. All the rails look clean. You wouldn't be able to tell. So like, this is like a brand new board. You could put this on there for sale. If this was brand new shrink wrapped, you wouldn't even know the difference. And there you go. So I hope that this helps somebody out there. Don't let dings ruin your day. They do happen, and it's not rocket science to fix them. And there you go. There is repairing your dinged up wake surfboard. This is Billy at BTUFF.